Many of you guys like me have been asking yourselves the question of how to deal with the iPhone 7's lack of a headphone jack. And one of my biggest concerns was, how am I going to play my music in my car without a headphone jack? And also, how am I going to charge my phone while doing this on long car rides? Well, the answer is here, and it's this little guy from Nullexy, a company I'd never really heard of before, but for only $22, it's worth a look. So let's get right into it. What is up, friends? Welcome back to another video. Now today we are looking at my favorite iPhone 7 accessory, and this guy is a heaven sent. It answers all of the famous pass the aux cord meme questions and much more. This guy is a Bluetooth FM transmitter from Nullexy, and it is a super cool device. Now for size, just so you guys know, it's roughly the size of an iPhone 7 from top to bottom. And this guy has an auxiliary port if you still want to rock one of those. It has a micro SD card slot. It has a multifunction wheel here on the top and button. It has a channel forward and backward and a skip and back button here on the front of the screen, and a little 1-inch screen here on the top so that you can see everything that's going on, as well as a 5-volt 2.1 amp USB port here on the bottom to charge your device. Now this truly allows you to do the one thing I wanted to do when I go on my long road trips, and that is to both listen to music in my car and charge my phone at the same time. Now if you are like me, you probably use your phone for road trips for your maps and your directions. And you also probably have used it in the past, for those of you guys who go on longer road trips or just traveling around town, to listen to music. And the biggest concern I had is how I'm going to be able to do both of those things without a headphone jack on the iPhone 7. Now, I have used FM transmitters in the past, but never one that works via Bluetooth. Now, the awesome thing about this device is whether or not you have an iPhone 7, this is still going to be awesome because it allows you to use an auxiliary port if you do not want to run through Bluetooth. And even if you don't want to use your device at all, it has micro SD card support up to 32 gigabytes so that you can have a bunch of preloaded songs on a micro SD card. Pop it into this guy and you will be good to go for all of your tunes. Now coming in at $22 as of today, this device has several features that even if you do not need a Bluetooth transmitter, might make you consider upgrading. Now like I said, this is perfect for those of you guys who have iPhones because it uses Bluetooth for your audio, but even if you do not have an iPhone 7, you have a perfectly good aux port and you want to use it, this guy will make you consider using your Bluetooth on your phone, and here's why. Now, in addition to having all the really cool features of skipping your tracks from the device itself, you can keep your iPhone up there on your dashboard for directions or in your pocket or wherever it's at without having to get into that in order to change all of the information or tracks. It can also answer calls, you can decline calls, you can adjust volume, all from this without even needing to touch your phone. And for those reasons alone, I think this is worth upgrading from your basic FM transmitter. Now, with an FM transmitter, and especially with the Bluetooth one, you do have to be aware that you will suffer the potential loss of your perfect audio quality. Now this is going to happen regardless if you're using an FM transmitter, not necessarily because you're using a Bluetooth one, but with this guy in particular, I have had a couple of moments where it has felt kind of fuzzy. It's not a perfect device. It's not going to be the ultimate godsend with absolutely zero problems. But from all the time that I've used it, the minimal amount of fuzzy moments that I've had compared to the hours and hours and hours of clear, perfect playback that I have used this guy for far exceed the disadvantages that you'll have with it. I have taken this guy on trips to Seattle and Idaho and everywhere in between, ranging from 3.5 to 6 hour trips on end, and I have loved being able to keep my phone charged, answer my phone calls, adjust the volume, skip the track, and use all of this thing's amazing features. And the microphone on here works perfect. In every single one of the instances that I have answered phone calls using this guy, I have had zero complaints from people on the other end. It is just an amazing tool and one of my favorite accessories out there. So if you do not have one of these, maybe you have an iPhone 7, maybe you don't, I would highly suggest this, guys. It's an awesome tool and one of my favorite Bluetooth accessories out there. Anyway, guys, that just about wraps up this video on on my favorite Bluetooth accessory for my iPhone 7. If you like this video, feel free to like it. If you loved it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers and I cannot believe we've made it this far. But feel free to subscribe. I have lots more content right on the way. If you want to pick one of these guys up, I will have a link to it in the description below. But until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.